The third theme that got the most amount of votes on my WhatsApp channel when I conducted the survey as to what would you like to see me talking about was on cutting cords of the past. Now, this is something that I have struggled with myself, and I'm going to tell you some things that will definitely help you because I've been in this profession for 5 years now, and I've seen some changes happen in people's lives, so I know what I'm doing. I'm assuming everyone has been to school. If not school, maybe they have been homeschooled. Um, let let me just put things into perspective first. The only reason why you cannot cut something from the past is because you think that it has to mean something. Okay, meaning that if you had a breakup, it meant something, whether it was about someone cheating on you or someone doing some kind of fraudulent activity with you, someone taking you for granted, someone using your innocence to the advantage, anything for that matter. You think that it has to mean something. Okay, now there's a very famous saying that says that the first step to wisdom actually is to accept that you know nothing. Okay, so when you start accepting this fact that you knew nothing more about the situation when something happened in the past, that is when your journey starts. So if you go on living life like you know everything, and even if you know everything, you somehow tend to fail at some areas of life, it will not really make you into someone who is wise, or maybe someone who can give advice to the younger generations or the people who are to come after them. Like, what will you teach your children if you do not learn some things from some of the actions that you have done, or even the foolishness that you might call? You will never be able to advise anyone, whether it's your children or whether it's the profession you're in. So for example, if you're a teacher, if you yourself do not make the mistakes, how are you going to teach your students? Now I want you to understand this. You have to tell yourself, you have to somehow convince yourself that at that very moment in time when there was some mistake that you found yourself committing, you knew nothing better than that. You did what you had to at that point, and that is all that you could do. You knew nothing better. Okay, because it was your first time experiencing something like that. So whether it's some sort of a goof up that you did, you've created a mess out of a situation you thought that was in your control, how does it really matter? Do you think that people never make mistakes in life? I mean, there are people who are at the age of 50, 60, they still make the same kind of mistakes a 20-year-old person would make. Okay, and sometimes these adults, these 50, 60-year-old adults, they say that I am so experienced, how could I make these mistakes? But you're a human being. Being a human being means that you will live a life where you will make errors. What's the problem in that? Failure will teach you more than success ever will. Now I'm in a position to tell you the same because I have had instances where I have failed again and again, but never once I thought that there were things that didn't teach me anything. I'm not trying to justify the things that I have done in the past, because there were things that I knew that I was completely wrong about, but still I went ahead and did it because I needed to know for myself. I needed to know for sure that this is not for me. Okay, so sometimes you tend to make those mistakes again and again because somehow you're not convinced that whatever you're doing, it is the right thing or the wrong thing for that matter. So once you commit the same mistakes again and again, you yourself get tired of it, and then one day you're going to flip the switch. So you have to wait for that kind of time also. This is a trick that has always worked for me. Whenever I find myself in a position where I start judging myself for some of the mistakes that I have done in the past, or maybe somebody has wronged me, I tell myself that I have a life ahead. Okay, and I do not know how many screw ups are going to happen along the path. Okay, sometimes those screw ups will lead me somewhere really pleasant, a place where I'll be loved. Sometimes those screw ups will lead me to a place of darkness. Okay, things can go both ways. I'm ready for both. Okay, because that acceptance helps you to be in a position where you're not questioning your self-worth anymore, because this is what happens when you start thinking about the past, and when there is something really problematic in the past and you question yourself, why did I do this? How could I be so foolish? You're also taking away that privilege from yourself, that you are a human being. The human life is not supposed to be picture perfect. It is supposed to have all kinds of trajectories. You have to understand this. Some people might also come and say, yeah, but I didn't deserve to be wronged in life. I didn't deserve to be this. I didn't deserve to be that. I didn't deserve that kind of pain. Of course, nobody deserves that kind of pain. Don't you see innocent people being killed in the world? Don't you see innocent children being harmed? Don't you see opportunities being taken from people who really deserve a lot in life? Don't you see opportunities being also given to people who probably deserve the less? In case you haven't noticed, life is not fair. But it doesn't mean that you have to keep on whining, because whining only makes you a victim. What you can do is that even when you're walking in hell, you have to walk like you own the place. Some people face situations like they are thrown into a pack of wolves, and when they return, they come leading the pack. Okay, there's a reason for that, because they do not make that circumstance their entire personality. When you make a past circumstance into your entire personality, you're not growing from that, you're not evolving from that. Now, I'm not saying that that past is something that you have to be irked about, because the past will teach you a lot of things that the present might not. Like, for example, 10 years back, the kind of things that we did because of less exposure to social media, now that social media is exposing a lot of things, now people are more aware. But should that mean that whatever you had to learn through first-hand experience, they mean nothing? So, whenever you try to label your experiences as something that, oh yes, I was cheated on and I was wronged in the past and the people were bad to me, there are bad people everywhere, but at the same time there are good people everywhere. Your work is to make sure that you do whatever you have to do in the best possible manner, so that you meet the good people. And I promise you, there are going to be good people in your life, okay? But for that, you have to be willing to welcome that. You're only blocking the entire road, okay, by thinking how badly things have turned out to be in the past. When you were in school, when you were in a classroom, or let's say when you were in your tuitions, or there was a teacher teaching you and you made a mistake, did you stop studying after that? Look where you and I are. We really had some really bad experiences in school where the teachers were probably not good to us, and sometimes some classmates were also not good to us. Maybe the society was not kind to us, but look where you and I are. I'm talking to you, you're listening to me, you're going to write to me maybe, okay? You're going to tell me that, oh, Anjushi, this is something great that happened in my life. Look forward for these kind of experiences, no? Why can we not look forward for these experiences where you and I are having a conversation and we are laughing about the goof ups that we have done, the screw ups that we did probably 10 years back or 15 years back? Memories go both ways. There are good memories and there are bad memories. The good memories are the ones that are to be cherished. The bad memories are the ones that are to be taken as lessons. That is just about it. I agree that some things could have been avoided if you had been a little more careful. But where does being more careful take people? If you're too careful also, will you be able to guarantee that your life is going to be extremely great? There are going to be no hurdles along the path. Because if you can avoid a hurdle, what is going to happen in the next moment you cannot be sure of, because you don't know what is out there, okay? So it's really, it's very imbecilic of you to think that I have to be careful, I have to be constantly thinking, I have to avoid pain. You cannot avoid pain. Pain is reality of life. Pain is what tells you that you are different from a dead person, because a dead person doesn't feel pain. So the fact that something happened in your past, it is going to ensure that along the line, along your various phases of life, you're never going to make those mistakes again, because we are not following a precedent. Everybody's life is different. Do we have a handbook of success? No, we don't. We really don't. No matter what they sell in the market, nobody's success is determined by how somebody else has become successful, because this is your own path. Okay, so whether you're successful in relationships or you have failed in relationships, both ways you're going to learn something. The successful relationships are going to also bring a lot of challenges, because to maintain that relationship is also another task, and you're also going to fail in that. Okay, you're going to make some very silly decisions in the relationships. But how does it matter? How does it really matter? If you're haunted by the past, if the past is being a bitch to you, make sure you're becoming friends with the past. So when you become friends with the past, how do you treat it like? You don't give it power anymore. You're not making it into something that triggers you. You are now telling yourself, okay, I made mistakes in the past, but I'm fine with it because I was young, I was naive, I was innocent, I didn't have a guide back then. Now, of course, you can talk to me because I can guide you. But yeah, you understand my point. You can always tell yourself that. Like, the things that you probably knew at the age of 15, you didn't know at the age of 5. So if you're 25 now, you know certain things that you might not have known at the age of 15. And when you're 40, you'll have known more than what you knew when you're at the age of 25. So you see, just holding your past up and thinking that the past is problematic is not a very wise thing to do. Be friends with the past. And being friends with the past doesn't mean that you say that, yeah, of course, now I'm going to be super stoic and all. No. You just stop letting it affect you. You accept that you were stupid, but being stupid is not harmful. Last time I checked, being stupid is not harmful at all. It's not as harmful as being a really vile and an evil person. So you might as well be wronged than be the person who has wronged someone.